Alrighty, we're here with Will the Kill Chope, tallest featherweight in Asia. You probably get this a lot, but way bigger and taller than I thought you'd be.
I'm definitely not at featherweight anymore. I know, like
Problems getting weight.
I can still make lightweight pretty comfortably, but which is 155 or 70 kilos. But now any day if I go, like my body just when it gets to like under 70 or just even under 70.3, it starts freaking out and I feel like super sick. I just can't do it.
Then you can't retain any power.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's just my body like doesn't want to lose the weight. Like it'll just hold on to the sweat. Like it makes like I'll be in the sauna for like another like 30 minutes and not even like drop. Like
nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Like I'm starting to hit a deadline right at 70. So under 70, I'm like I just gave up on it. Like I think the last time I made featherweight was about 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago was the last time. And now I just been at lightweight. I've been doing a few catch weights. Fought a couple guys at middleweight. I was walking around to like under 175, and then it was funny.
Last time we spoke, you were trying to bulk up, right?
Yeah, like because I was in Australia
for a boxing match.
I was there for almost 5 months because my friend has a gym there and I was coaching. And when I was in just living there and just like eating like a bunch of Western food. I was drinking like almost a gallon of milk a day. I was like eating like steak all the time because steak is so cheap there, and it's like I don't know. It was just like my diet.
Did you grow bigger?
Oh yeah.
Did you put on weight?
I was for the first time in my life I hit 84, which was like 185. I've never been 185 pounds in my life, and I'm 6'4", so like that's like a normal weight for like most people like over 6 foot tall, but for me to hit 185 was such like a milestone. I was like, it was awesome.
You feel strong.
Yeah, I felt strong, and now, like before, I always wanted to stay skinny, but now I'm just want to try to get as big as possible.
Well, you just finished your boxing match in Dondon.
Yeah.
How was it? You won in the fourth round.
Yeah, at the end of the fourth round, what was I saying? Oh yeah, no, he finished the fourth round. But I think he was just too gassed out, and he didn't come out for the fifth round, so he just stopped. But it was a good fight. He was really tough. Like I hit him with some clean shots, and I feel like I didn't do anything to him. I did get worn out a lot because I was a lot taller, and when he got close, I would just clinch and kind of do some dirty boxing. I even kind of Muay Thai clinched him a couple times. Like boxing, I didn't obviously not throw him to the knees, but I just kind of shook him around, and it was a good fight. It was a good experience. Yeah, it was cool fighting in the province again. So.
You're undefeated in boxing, in more boxing matches.
Yeah, now 4 wins and 1 draw. Yeah. So I'm trying to do more to build my boxing career. I've been told by some promoters and some organizers because there's a few different federations. If I can get my wins up to like 8-0 or 10-0, there could be some really big fights. For some big money, and still to this day, boxing money is still bigger than MMA. So I don't know, just another avenue to try to take so I can still do this whole combat sports thing as a career.
And you mentioned to me last time we spoke, you want to fight every month at least?
Yeah, I feel like if I take anything more than 4 or 5 weeks off, I feel real complacent.
Oh,
it's real
you're kind of itching to.
Yeah, I always itch for a fight. When I'm training, I feel kind of empty. I'm not training towards anything. But when I always have a fight scheduled, I don't know, it's cool. I'm always motivated. I always know who I'm fighting or what's in mind, and it just keeps me a lot more focused in training. So that's cool. Yeah.
So, is boxing a bit easier on your body compared to MMA?
Boxing's easier. I want to say it's an easier sport, but it's easier to train for. I only got to worry about my hands. There's the way training is. It's very basic and simple. It's step 1, step 2, step 3. You just do these things. But in MMA, one day you got to focus just on clinching, or one day it's just wrestling. And then I don't know if you're fighting in a ring or a cage. Maybe you need to work on your cage control or the using the fence, or even using the rings for your grappling and for your takedown. Like there's all these like little things, and then even the striking, like yes, I fight Muay Thai and I fight boxing, but the striking MMA, because you're worried about that takedown all the time,
It's different.
It completely changes it. So I always laugh when boxers say MMA fighters are terrible strikers, or when MMA fighters say boxing, like the difference, that little arguments they have. I think it's, well, 'cause I fight all now, so I think it's stupid. But a boxer, to tell an MMA guy he has terrible boxing, he has no idea what it's like to try to punch at somebody who's trying to take you down, or punch at somebody who can kick your leg or elbow you or knee you. Like it really changes the game, and MMA is hard. Like MMA is really, really hard to train for. Like to be a complete fighter, so to speak. It's good if you're just specializing in one thing, but even that, specializing in one thing can only take you so far. So.
Did you see the bad UFC fight, CM Punk versus Mike Jackson?
You gotta give CM Punk credit though.
I know, right?
He was real tough. He was tough. He did take a beating, but he took a beating.
That dude should not be in the UFC.
I don't know if you heard, or maybe even the viewers watching, what Joe Rogan said on his podcast about CM Punk, that CM Punk's just not a super athletic guy, and he's just like a normal guy. Even in wrestling and the pro wrestling, that was his thing, being like a normal guy, not super ripped or jacked, and being the champ in the pro wrestling thing. But in MMA, you got to be an athlete, and because at that level, we're talking like the difference in skill sets is so minimal. It's always going to be who's the better athlete. And if you're not a really good athlete, it doesn't matter how much technique you have. You got another monster at you. I don't know.
That was a weird fight, though. That was a weird fight.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I don't think you should be fighting. Like, am I jealous or a little envious that this guy's making? I understand the economics of it. Like, I understand he's a big draw. He's making a bunch of money. Of course, I'll be a little envious because I don't think he belongs there. But hey, whatever. Like, the UFC's still a business. It's a business. So, yeah.
So you mentioned a while back, before we went on record, you're thinking of staying here for a bit.
Yeah. So I'm in Makati now, coaching at Muma. Muma is Mindanao Ultimate Mixed Martial Arts. Although there's one in Manila now. It's kind of funny called Mindanao, but it's cool. The owner, I fought for her promotion called the Proving Grounds a few years ago, and I've been offered to stay here full time and coach here and work with fighters and coach casual members as well. Definitely thinking about it. I got some other options. My family's still in Thailand, so I'm always thinking about that. And also, the people in China, I've been working in China a lot for the last few years, and the money's all in China right now. I even say this about kickboxing, for fighting, combat, everything. Like seminars, there's a lot of money in China right now. So, and although I'm not coaching, I coached and I live this lifestyle because it's what I like to do. But I got a family, so it's hard to say no to so much money, So I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, so we'll see.
Speaking of family, bro, how often do you get to go home to your kids? I hear they're growing really fast.
My daughter's 2, my son's 5 years old. Now my wife's before she wasn't working, but now she gets a full-time job at Mazda, and she's like kind of a manager now. She's way more educated, way smarter than I am. So, but usually I was seeing them every couple of months. But before, I was always going back to Thailand. I was doing my training camps there. But it's a lot harder now because things are more expensive now, 2 kids, and I can't always do my training camps in Thailand anymore. I have to, because I need to be always making money, or I need to be always coaching or doing something. So that's why I've been going to China a lot more and trying to save money and then go back, and vice versa. But there's a lot of sacrifice to still live this life, and also being based in Asia, because I would say the equivalent.
You travel a lot, bro. You travel a lot.
Yeah, but even though I'm always traveling a lot, it's always purpose. There's always, I'm not just traveling
for the sake of.
Yeah, for the sake of traveling, because I'm a tourist. Even when I was in Australia last year, I went there for work, to coach at a gym and do seminars and being a guest coach. And even though anytime I go to China, it's always for work. And even though I'm here in the Philippines and I'm extending my stay for a while, I'm doing my training camp here with Rex Lara. We both have a fight for the RFC in Taiwan on July 7th. So yeah, I'm working at Muma and I'm doing my training camp with Rex because we both got that big fights coming up in July. So yeah. And then after July 7th, that's kind of like what my timeline is. I'll either decide to come back here to the Philippines or I'll go back to China. So still not sure yet, but yeah, 2 weeks away, but we'll figure it out.
You mentioned there's weird working conditions in China, like last gym.
Yeah, like it's more notorious with the Thais, like because the working conditions, like as a foreigner, especially because there's a lot of Thais who go there for Muay Thai, they work them to death. Like they don't care about your fight career anymore. Like they actually prefer that I don't fight. They don't want me to fight. They just want me to be a full-time coach for the guys. And I'm just not about that life. I'm still young. I'm only 27 years old. I'm still want to have my active fight career. I feel like I have a good 5 to 8 years left of my fight career left. You know, I feel like I can keep fighting strong, fighting consistently until I'm 35. Ideally until I'm older. That's what I want to do. But
look at Dan Henderson, right?
Yeah, exactly. Dan Henderson, or I always say Dan Severn. Dan Severn had his last pro fight when he was 52.
But he's a beast,
Yeah.
Very few people are like Dan Severn.
Yeah, that's my idol. That's like people say who's my idol. That's Dan Severn. But yeah, China was just like they don't care about my fight career, and
that sucks.
Yeah, it really sucked about it, and I did get offered from a new gym to go there to go coach, and I'm like I said, I'm still thinking about it. The guys are well connected within the industry in China, and also with one championship with some good organizations. So yeah, it's giving me some more to think about. But and like I said though, even though China has like these crazy conditions, the salary is the highest in Asia. So at least for combat sports, so it's something to think about. Yeah.
So if the economics are right, do you see MMA in China just growing bigger?
Oh, it's already so huge. Yeah. Like some of the biggest shows. Let's say Houston Manila, for example, like Mall of Asia. They have stadiums like the size of Mall of Asia, and these random cities that you've never heard of. And even these, they call them like Beijing and Shanghai will be considered tier 1 cities, but tier 2 cities will be like just a little bit smaller. But they have these tier 3 and tier 4 cities that are still more than 1 or 2 million people per these cities. And these little small tier 3 and tier 4 cities will have kickboxing shows or MMA shows, and it'll be a huge stadium with like 20,000 people or 30,000 people. I think mostly in China because like there's all these big sponsors. I think they give out free tickets. That's why I find on a lot of these shows in these cities, but stadiums are full and packed, and yeah, it's like it's
like
crazy.
It's considered a provincial show, but there's so many people.
Yeah, it's always funny. At tier 3 and tier 4, they would consider like the province. Like a city of 1 million people, they would say, oh, that's a small city. But it's massive. Like China is so huge. When we're talking like the numbers, it's 1.7 billion people, or no, 1.4 billion people in China. And so all these like little cities, I use Chongqing as an example. Chongqing is actually a huge city, but it's funny. If you think I'm making up the name of the city, Chongqing, you're like, oh, that's not a real city. No, it's a real city. I found another city called Chengdu. I found this mountain town. This town is only famous for the mining. It's called Panjiwa. That's where I met Buakaw. He came there to watch the show. I got my reward from him. And it was like this middle of the nowhere city, but it was like 1 million people in the city, and it was crazy. Yeah.
Well, you're going to a better working conditions and working towards that. Any advice you can give to like, now that you spent some time back, how are the Filipino fighters doing that you're training with?
I'm really glad to see them. A few years ago, I felt like a lot of the MMA fighters were getting like no ground game, or they were like had no wrestling or no jiu-jitsu. So I'm having
ground game.
Yeah, they had like no ground game before. But one thing I would like to see, like, because the pure BJJ teams are actually amazing. So Philippines has some of the strongest pure BJJ teams, and of course you got some of the best boxers, and even like the kickboxers. It's a little bit different style, but you got some really great strikers. I am seeing a little bit more mixing, so that's good. I would like to see more. I would still like to see more, but I know this is weird for me saying it because I'm a foreigner. But first, I'll talk about Thailand first. Like Thailand, Muay Thai is considered a poor person's sport, and even though it's the national sport, it's still considered like poor people do Muay Thai, and like the rich kids do judo, or they do karate, and they do jiu-jitsu. But with all the MMA gyms and the way the tourism, like you're seeing a lot of mixing, and a lot of the Thai MMA fighters are growing really fast and getting really good. And one of the mentalities I noticed in the Philippines is kind of similar. Boxing is considered a poor person's sport. Jiu-jitsu, you see like the higher, richer people doing it. And I wish people would overcome that mentality and just mix. And if they can overcome that mentality, I really think you would see like kids training boxing when they're young, but also doing gi jiu-jitsu when they're young, and they'll be able to become a great fighter, like a great all-around fighter, like not just being one-dimensional. So I still want to see more mixing, but yeah, that's my only critique. But it has gotten so much better though. And in saying that critique, at the same time, I am seeing a lot more improvements. Even like Rex, because me and Rex fought each other in 2012, and he didn't really have much BJJ. He's like a purple belt now. He gives me some of my toughest rolls, and he's gotten really well in the last 6 years. It's really awesome to see. So yeah.
What's your advice to like, because you're the former UFC champion. There's a lot of things that young players look to you. Not what I wrote was very well received. What advice would you give these who want to travel? Would you recommend traveling as much as you, fighting a lot?
I think what I do is kind of
like
crazy. No, I mean, I think it's kind of what makes me stand out, especially being a foreigner living in Asia. That's why I think I've done it. Also, I never wanted to be held down by anybody. But in saying that, like, if you're a new fighter, if you can find a group or a gym that you can trust and that cares about your best interests, of course that'll actually be the best. Staying at one place and building up. But if you ever feel like you're getting taken advantage of, or especially if you're fighting and you feel like a manager is taking advantage of you or your coach is taking advantage of you, it is good. Loyalty will only get you so far in this game, and make sure you choose who your loyalty is. Like, you should only be loyal to somebody who really cares about your constituents. And like my biggest advice would just be like, just be careful who you give your loyalty, because there's a lot of people who try to take advantage of you in this industry. It's still the fight sport industry, it's still the fight game. So it can be very awesome. You see honor and integrity, but you can see a lot of cutthroat, ruthless people as well. So you just need to be careful.
Cool, thank you so much for being open. Where can they see you fight next?
July 7th. Me and my teammate Rex Lara, we're fighting in Taipei on July 7th in Taiwan. It's for RFC. I'll be sharing on my Facebook. There will be a live stream. So I'll make sure to share on my Facebook. Build a Kill Chope. You guys can follow me.
We're here with Rex De Lara at MUMA in Makati. Coach, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Preparing for my fight.
Sino kalaban mo, sir?
My opponent is Rocky Lee, a former UFC fighter.
How is preparation going? We see you're going to cut weight.
Yeah, I have cuts maybe 15 pounds, but so.
Do you find it hard to cut weight, or okay lang usually?
Okay lang kasi sanay naman tayo. Buhay natin ang fighter yan.
Okay, iba kasi nagpa-plateau at certain point. May sikreto ka ba sa cutting weight?
Well, ako naman, train hard lang, tapos konting dieta talaga, diet.
Yun ba yung pinakamahirap?
Mental toughness.
Can you tell us about preparing for your fight? What kind of rituals do you do? Ano bang game plan?
I was prepared almost 1.5 months with the wheel choke. So we do striking. So advantage kasi matangkad si Will, then mas malaki. So I need to work double.
Yeah, just to reach the head.
Yeah. Tapos Medyo high level yung ground namin. So, I train with Eric Kelly, Gabriel D. and Janelle Lausa. So, lahat yung puro mga bigatin.
Oo, beast nga yung mga yan.
So, hopefully, this is good for my fight. So, prepare for my fight naman. I go for standing. If not,
Paano yung ground?
if we go for the ground, no problem.
May specific ba? Takedown defense? O...
Yeah, I have a prepared for takedown defense, but if I can, I
Submission.
do to the ground also.
Wow, kapagsabayan pala. Let's talk about your BJJ lineage, and you also teach Jiu-Jitsu, right?
Yeah, I'm teaching MMA here, as well as Coach Will. I'm teaching BJJ, no gi, and gi under depth top, for stripe and blue.
Kamusta naman ang ano? Do you prefer gi or no gi? Nag-gi ka rin?
Sa akin, both lang. For MMA, kailangan talaga no gi. Kasi yung laban, wala namang gi.
Oo nga.
Kailangan ko sana yung blue gi talaga.
A lot of people say na yung training ng BJJ for MMA, it's so different. Bakit daw ba? Hindi siya kasing komplikado ng no-gi lang di ba?
Yeah, BJJ is a traditional art. It's like competitive siya, but in MMA, you need to punch. You need to take down. Tapos, wala kang hawakan. So, merong konting difference kasi sa pure BJJ, you have gi. Yun nga, pag sa MMA madulas na, mahirapan ka talaga. So, kailangan early as you can, submit ka agad para hindi madulas.
And then otherwise, mapapagod ka
Yeah, I will invite all Filipino people. We fight in Taiwan on July 7, RFC Taiwan. So hopefully we can support all Filipino fighters. Sa Muma Urban Fight Club, page namin, and also my page, Rex de Lara.